Hi there, this is Chris from Money Hub, and this is a quick summary of our guide to comparing broadband. And please ignore this May 2022. This is when the video was done, but of course we update this monthly, and the purpose is to find the best deal for your home. Now, if I just do a quick background here, we are not focusing on where you live, and we're not focusing on getting your phone number or anything like that. What we are focusing on is looking at all the deals out throughout New Zealand, and then shortlisting them just like we do with every other price comparison that we make, by what they're offering, what the terms are, and then helping you just pick from those rather than sorting through big lists of 100 plus type deals, which we do like those tools because they are very complete. But our view is no, we just want to look at what's available right now and what could be the best deal. So what we do is we look at four different categories, and that is really which one is the best unlimited data plan. Right now, most people are probably going to be on, or probably aspiring to such things for fiber, because there's just the price of data has never been lower, and the need for data has never been higher because of all the streaming going on and all things like that. And then we've also got, so a lot of these do contracts, which they'll lock you in for 6 to 12 months. And then we've also got no contracts. So we want to look for plans for people that, don't want to be tied in, but at the same time want the unlimited data. And that's pretty fair because some people are just going to be living somewhere for 6 months. It could be a student flat, it could be anything like that. So they don't want to chain themselves up and then have a penalty for leaving. And then we've also got the best 4G and 5G wireless plans. So we've looked at those based on the fact that not everybody has fiber. Some people want 4 and 5G for whatever reason, and those do usually come with some starting caps. But of course, if you get a higher paid plan, then the caps go, and so your data will be unlimited. And then finally is the hyperfiber. Now this is a brand new version of broadband, which is extremely fast, and it's probably most suitable for people gaming. It's not going to enhance your Netflix, it's not going to enhance your Disney Plus or anything like that. Certainly not your YouTube browsing or Facebook, but it is something that some people want, and so we've made a comparison there. So I'm not going to go through the results of this comparison because these change month to month, but I just wanted to let you know that's how we've done it. So we'll give results for each category, and then we're going to look at the pros and cons just so you can make an informed decision, and and then contact a provider from there. The most important thing that we consider prior to choosing or switching our broadband deal will be check the monthly price. It's a big factor, but we do make it clear here it's not the only consideration. So some providers provide months for free, some provide sign up credit. Check what you're getting, and we of course have used price as a major factor for our ranking. But as I say, it's not the only one, because there's nothing worse than a cheap plan where you can't contact the support and it's unreliable. That's less of an issue now than it was prior, because most addresses have fiber, but still you don't want to be caught out, especially with the internet. Now, you should also look at the download speeds. Probably that's going to start off at around 30 megabits per second, and that's a starting now for downloading things, or streaming things like Netflix and all that. But you do want to see whether or not those limits are those speeds are fast enough for what you're doing. And we've got a little summary in this guide for what you will be doing or what you do and what the speed should be. And then we also look at the data limits. It's a real hassle to be topping up data, especially if you know you're going to go through it. So sometimes we think that just paying an extra $5, $10 a month for unlimited data is probably the way to go, especially if you get high up into that thing, and you're going to get notifications saying that you use this data up. Data goes faster and faster as the months go on. It's just, I don't know why, if people are watching more streaming or if it just becomes heavier to stream in terms of the bandwidth, but it's certainly what plans were out 2 years ago. A lot of things have moved on since then, and now it's very, very data heavy, the focus of the plans. Now, please check the length of the contract. So the open plans, they'll have no contract. That's great. So you can come in and out. You'll probably have to pay a modem fee or some sort of installation or setup fee. Possibly, not always. There are providers which don't, and they just want you to obviously pay them a monthly fee. But you will need to know the contract term, and the most important thing here is looking at the disconnection fee for anyone who leaves the contract before it's up. It could be a 6-month contract, it could be a 12-month contract. Some cases it could be a 24-month contract. Please, please, please be very cautious of these, because you want to know what the fee is. And we've seen fees up to $300, $250, $200. That certainly adds up. And if you are a student, then this is something you need to be careful with, because you might be contracted in, then some people stop paying you, some people move out, some people don't want to use your internet that's already been connected, so that might fall on you. So we often see that open plans are the way to go, because then at least if things fall over or if there's a disagreement, you can quit it overnight, or you can certainly give them notice for 30 days. And also looking at the setup costs, those are usually not too significant, but it's worth noticing. It's worth noting, because you will have to pay in some instances like $100 or $50 or something like that. So just worth keeping in mind of. It's not going to be probably a deal breaker, but it's certainly something to look for. And then look at the perks, the bundles, plus the add-ons. So we've seen all sorts of things, from a landline rental being offered, static IPs if you're a gamer, Netflix if you want that bundled in, mobile phone contracts give discounts, all sorts of things. So you may want to have a look at that, see if those are interest to you. Existing people, like we've seen with 2 Degrees, Skinny, they all offer much cheaper, well, not much cheaper, but a small discount to broadband customers, like for people on plans for their phone. Usually you have to spend a minimum per month. I think for Skinny it's around $16. So these are things just to be aware of, because they do help to bring down the cost, especially if you're already paying for these phone services anyway. So yeah, as I said, showing a flat, please don't be caught out. It's been a tale since the dawn of the internet. Student flats getting internet, and then someone being stuck with the bill. So just read carefully if that is you. It's definitely worth it. Now we've got what speed do you need, and so we've just listed here. And of course now things go up to 8,000 megabits per second, but we believe that this is still very, very valid, and we check it periodically, and you should be fine. A 30 connection or a 300 connection is certainly going to be sufficient for everyone's needs, with the exception of perhaps some high-end game, but we don't see that like widely used throughout New Zealand, widely applicable throughout New Zealand homes. So, and then we've got a tool here where you can check your current broadband speed, so we encourage you to do that just to get an idea. So all you need to do here is once it loads, click on the button, and then you will be able to see what your current download speed is. And my download speed is actually quite fast. For some reason this tool is a bit slow, but right now if we just wait for this and then start test, so I'm going to allow that, and then I'm going to start the test, and I'll come back to that momentarily. And then we've got things that if you do have slow internet, like you may not need to change. Just look at your plans, look at some tips here that can actually increase it, and then frequently asked questions. So we just wanted to sort of summarize what's available, what you need to know, whether or not you should bundle or not. Sometimes it can be worth it if you'd pay for Netflix anyway, perhaps, or Disney Plus, which we've seen offered. And sometimes you just think, well, actually I'm not going to do this, and I'll save money and get a plan which I actually just wanted, like the bare bones of it. which is a very sensible idea as well. So it's going to just depend on what you need. And just for relevance, I'll go back to my speed test, and it's still going, but it's got a download speed of 121 megabits per second, so that's pretty good. And these of course will fluctuate, throughout the day as some users come on. It's not going to go from like 1 to 121 to 800, but that is the plan that we have. So, and I won't reveal which one it is, but it's certainly a very reliable one, and a one that I'm happy to include in the Money Hub guides. Second to that, if I go further down here, just the last of the frequently asked questions, do look at these termination fees for like quitting your contract early, because they certainly do add up. And then looking at fibre, if you do want to know if you have fibre, most homes throughout New Zealand now do, but you can click on the Chorus map, and that will help you work out where the fibre is and if it's coming to you. So you just need to put your address in there. So thanks very much for watching. I think the takeaway from this is really just look at our list for what you need, and don't focus too much on the speeds if it's going to be a difference like in the price, because for most people anything over 100 is going to be suitable. And it sounds good to get, it sounds slow, like if it's something's like going for 900 megabit per second, but you're being offered 100, it's like, oh, is this going to be 9 times as fast? Well, yes, but it's whether or not you'd even notice it. So I can survive fine on my own, like 100 megabit per second, but that doesn't mean that that's what you need. And of course there's plenty of plans offering less than that. So thanks very much. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below, and I really just want you to be able to make the right choice with confidence, and we wish you the best of luck for that. Thanks.